Stephanie Plays the Field is the 22nd episode of the 4th season of Full House. This is directed by Joel Zwick, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. And I really like this episode. I feel like it's been a while since we had a Stephanie-centric episode. I could be wrong. I could be completely misremembering, but it feels like it's been a while. And I'll go through the main part of the narrative with Stephanie on its own. I will very briefly discuss the other aspects of the episode. Starts off very cutely with Michelle helping Danny put away the groceries, and she tries to steal the cookies. And I think they were peanut butter chocolate chip cookies, which sound delicious. They do sound amazing. I don't blame her for stealing them. Very cute introduction. We do have a little bit of the story focusing on Michelle a little later on, because we get to see the attic bedroom, Jessie and Becky's own little apartment. It's gorgeous. It's a really nice space. I think they did a good job with it. The remote controlled bed in the wall is, well, it looks fantastic, but I would be very scared to sleep on it in case I ended up squished in the wall. And Michelle wants to play with them. And Jessie manages to do the airplane and then lock her out of the room. And this is really the first time, or one of the first times, where we're seeing Jessie kind of pushing Michelle away. And he's not doing it to be nasty, of course. He wants to be alone with Becky. They're newlyweds. And I think it's something Michelle's going to struggle to get used to. So she went to Joey for help instead, which again is also quite different, as usually she will always go to Jessie. And she's very mad. Really fabulous performance here. She's very, very mad. And Joey has to tell her that they're doing their taxes, because newlywed couples do their taxes. And they end up coming to a compromise where they will carve out some time every day for Michelle to play with Becky and Jessie. And then, of course, they'll have their alone time. So all's well that ends well, I guess. But I think it will be a little bit difficult, both for Michelle to learn that she can't be with them 24/7, and also for Jessie to kind of try and find a balance. But it's definitely an interesting part of the episode. The main focus is on Stephanie. And she comes in the house after school with Brett, played by Sean Fox. Rusty is there and makes fun of her. It's nice that Rusty's still around. He's a pretty decent character. And DJ has a talk with Stephanie, and she suggests that Stephanie tries out for Little League because Brett loves baseball. He plays baseball. And Danny plays ball in the yard with Stephanie and Rusty, and it turns out Stephanie's really good, and it's really nice to see Rusty complimenting her and being impressed by her as well, because that's not something that happens that often. And Danny suggests she plays for the team. It didn't really occur to Stephanie that she'd be playing on the opposing team. She'd be playing against Brett. But nevertheless, this is what happens. Michelle is dressed as Batman because she's being the Batgirl. And Brett has found out that Stephanie is going to be playing on the opposite team, and he comes over and basically asks her to be his girlfriend, but it's very clear that he's trying to mess with her head because he doesn't want her to win the game. He obviously wants his team to win, which is not great, but we'll come back to Brett's behaviour in a little bit. We then have the game, and as much as I like baseball, I do think it maybe went on a little bit longer than it needed to. It definitely slowed down a little bit, but Stephanie is not doing very well. It looks like the team are going to win. The other team are going to win. And she has a talk with DJ, and we have this great quote from DJ. She says, "You have to decide what's more important, self-respect or true love." And Stephanie thinks on it, and they end up winning the game. And I think she did the right thing, so that was really nice to see. She is still struggling with it, though. But then Brett comes over and says that he forgot to tell her a good game. And it turns out they're still boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's absolutely adorable. And it's a really lovely way to end the episode. Also terrifying to think that Stephanie is growing up, because that's just... the passage of time is horrendous. To think that I'm also almost at the end of season 4 is very quick. It's gone by very quickly. Looking forward to watching the next season, but also looking forward to finishing off season 4. And Stephanie Plays the Field is definitely a really enjoyable episode in the season.